From the pages of MikeHuckabee.com, home of my infamous Huckabee newsletter, always free, always high fiber, and it's delivered right to your email inbox twice daily just by you signing up. Let's take another look at the week that was. 2016 deja vu with a twist this election cycle. Remember when Hilary Clinton and her minions mused about what would happen if Donald Trump didn't accept the results of the election? Now that was back when Hillary thought she was a shoo-in for president and Trump might question the validity of her inevitable win. But when that didn't happen, she spent the next 3 years doing exactly what she said President Trump would do. And now, here we are in 2020, where liberals and never-Trump Republicans are floating the same paranoid conspiracy that Trump won't leave office if Joe Biden manages to get elected in November. My own conclusion now is that President Trump's re-election needs to be so overwhelming that there can be no disputing it. Now, it won't stop the left from disputing it anyway, but it will send them a real message that they're outnumbered by the not-so-silent anymore majority. Election Day has always been a day for Americans to celebrate, so mask up, vote in person if you can, and keep your distance. It's time to show the more immature among us that we're voting to put an end to their 3-year temper tantrum. Who knows, maybe they'll develop some introspection and start thinking about why so many Americans think the left shouldn't be within 100 miles of the levels of power. And we should all be thinking about generations of Americans who have risked their lives, given their lives, to preserve our precious freedom and our right to vote. Now, from the Twitterverse, where you can follow me at GovMikeHuckabee, enough nuts to make brownies with, and maybe a little bit of news too. I mentioned on Twitter and go deep in my op-ed at Newsmax that since Democrats are so eager to defund the police, they should welcome the absence of law enforcement at their party's upcoming national convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Perhaps use some counselors from a scout camp as replacements, or maybe some social workers borrowed from the local universities. According to recent reports, more than 100 different law enforcement agencies have already pulled out of the event. Well, I'm sure the Democrats can handle themselves if protesters get violent. They sure have shown how good they are at it in Seattle, Portland, and New York. And what if the DNC and candidate Biden's campaign team decide that he should not debate President Trump? I believe I've got an answer. The president should just debate a cardboard cutout of candidate Joe Biden and then for his voice use a random word generator. Frankly, I doubt people would notice any difference. Now, a few stories to say shame on you. Shame on you, Antifa protesters, for filing a lawsuit Monday in Seattle claiming that you're priced out of protesting because protective gear like the police have is expensive, and you deserve it too. Here's the thought. Save the money from your Molotov cocktails, professional grade fireworks, and any other of the items that you use to attempt to harm law enforcement officers, and spend those monies on your own favorite protective gear. And then, when you have no money left for attack items, guess what? The police won't be responding defensively against your attacks. And shame on you, Neil Young, joining the endless list of rich leftist musicians complaining about their music being played by Republicans, and now even suing the Trump campaign for playing some of his songs at their events. Stop being such a cowgirl in the sand if you wanted to dictate who's going to be allowed to play your music. And if you're feeling that way, then you should have kept it in your bedroom and not signed that capitalist ASCAP contract that gives you money whenever the song gets played. Now, on a lighter note, a salute to BabylonBee.com for keeping laughter alive in complex times. Their humorous story stating, public school teachers continue to insist their jobs are not essential just so they can keep from teaching schools. It's a hoot of a story. One protesting teacher was cited as saying, quote, if you look at the graduation rates, standardized test scores, and the studies that indicate public schools aren't preparing students for the real world, believe me, we're not doing your child any favors. That's before someone loses their PC mind. Keep in mind, the Babylon Bee is a satirical humor site. It pokes fun at issues and people in the news, both left and right. And before we conclude, let me share with you a quote from the departed atheist Christopher Hitchens. There was little on this planet that we saw the same, but the following thought was one of them. Hitchens declared, I quote, "The people who must never have power are the humorless. To impossible certainties of rectitude they ally tedium and uniformity." End quote. Take stock of everyone from news reporters and liberal politicians to rioters in the streets to cancel culture warriors on social media. It's as if the left has a prophetic warning for us in 2020. Let's just hope America becomes truly woke and heeds his words. Until next time, these have been the facts of the matter. Now, if you're seeing this, I know you've enjoyed that video. I mean, how could you not, after all? So you know what you should do? Leave a like, click on the subscribe button below, and hit the notification bell next to it so you'll always know when I have another video up for you to enjoy.